Welcome back, trainers, and we're going to be taking a look at an XL Serperior in the Ultra Open League, Go Battle League. So we're going to be also pairing it up with several different teams, so you can kind of have an understanding of how it's going to work here. Now, let's just, get it out in the open. How did I like it? Is it worth it? I enjoyed it. It's a pretty tanky Pokemon. Unfortunately, it's not going to be resisting counter, like, say, from a Machamp, Shadow, which is going to be very nice, like Venusaur does have because of its poison typing, so you're going to be losing that. But you're going to also be dropping the weakness to Confusion or Psychic or anything like that, although it's not too common in the Ultra League. It's there, but not like the Great League. It's awesome. I enjoyed it, and it's fun. You definitely don't need it. You can use other grass types for sure, but I just wanted to bring you guys the performance. Now, what I had to do to get this thing to XL completely, it's not level 50, I went with what I had. So for this community day, I did come out with about 26 shinies. I really wasn't trying to go for as many as I could. If you watched the live stream, I was barely even tapping on them, which unfortunately didn't yield me too many XL candies. And when the community day started to wrap up, I looked at my candies and I was thinking, well, I'm definitely not going to be able to max one out here because I didn't hand catch as many as I should have compared to Fletchling. So what I had to do was transfer a bunch, and fortunately for me, it was enough to max out or power up to almost level 50 the Servine that I did have, that I did get in a lucky trade with literally my best friend who got me into this game when it first came out. If you heard the story when we went frolfing, he's like, turn it on, you're gonna love it. And I was kind of mocking it, saying it's like some, Pokemon knockoff, it's gonna die. Oh boy, how I was so wrong. But then I started seeing the people, and it was like, okay, yeah, this is definitely something crazy with this game. So anyway, thanks to him, I'm in Pokemon Go, and we do have this one here ready to power up. It is going to cost less to max it out, but we went ahead and did it, and we are actually coming out with a few XL candies. So I was able to actually make several more Serperiors. I barely had enough candies to do everything, but it worked out perfectly. I don't have like the best ranked ones. I don't care. We just have one. We're looking good. Fantastic. Now, with all that said, let's get into the commentary here. We'll be looking at multiple different teams throughout, and that's pretty much it. And with that said, let's get into the commentary. We just went down from the Swampert there. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Serperior to go ahead and tank this Hydro Cannon. Man, it's obviously not very effective, but it just barely did anything here. So we are going to be going with Aerial Ace. Not that great of a move, but at least you're going to be able to have coverage here when you're going to be going with your Frenzy Plant. So Charizard obviously is going to wall us pretty hard. We're letting it go through. It is just a Dragon Claw, so good call. Yes, I'm using Giratina. I am. All right, so we're going to go ahead and bring it in. Taking super effective from the Dragon Claw. Going to go ahead and throw the Dragon Claw before they can retreat with that Charizard. They're going to be shielding it up here. That's fine, and I think we may want to shield this one up. We want to preserve the health on this thing just a little bit, farm it down. Looks like they're going to be instantly swapping. We're going to be going right for that Dragon Claw with the Giratina onto their own Serperior here. So this is a good matchup for us. We already know we're going to resist the Frenzy Plant. Aerial Ace is not doing much, just tickles, and the Vine Whip is really just doing nothing at all. So we're just going to keep throwing the Dragon Claws here and swap into our Serperior. Go for the Aerial Ace while shields are down and do a little bit more damage. We're getting that last shield, which is perfect. Giratina is going to be able to come back in here and finish off the job with that XL Serperior here. And to get into a charge move, we have a shield left. Frenzy Plant, maybe would have bring us down, but shield. So we're going to go right for the Dragon Claw and take the win. Well, taking out the Charizard, then taking the win. It was another one of those moments where I was like, yeah, won. And then I realized there's another Pokemon. Better keep tapping before you lose. So we are met with a Galvantula for our next battle here. How does this work? Since you do resist electric, but you are going to be weak to bug. So yeah, pretty much we have to just look out for that bug. Getting off that Aerial Ace before they can get off the lunge here. There goes the lunge, doing a massive amount of damage. So you're there. You got to look out for that. So you will be able to get a shield out of them if they decide to shield, going for another lunge. The reason why I let it go through is because, well, I'm just going to go ahead and go in here with Giratina and farm up. They do have a Gyarados, and I have a Talonflame back there, so we're in a bit of a predicament. The Gyarados does have Dragon Breath. That's why this is a kind of a tricky situation here. Although we're going to be able to kind of tank through our opponent here. Going for an Aqua Tail bait. Okay, I wasn't going to risk it anyways. We're not in the best position, but not the worst either. We don't want that thing to see Talonflame, so we got to get it out of here. I think we call this. And if it was somehow a crunch, we would just go in here and farm down with Talonflame. So we're letting it go through, holding onto a shield, having energy ready to go. I have Registeel back there. Okay, this is perfect. Talonflame's going to be able to handle that. It resists both the steel and the fighting, so it's just absolutely beautiful here. So we're going to go ahead and let this first one go through. Expecting that flash cannon. Well, I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest. They're coming in with a Galvantula to try to get off a, I would expect, a discharge, but they're not able to get there. We're taking them out with a flame charge. In comes the Registeel, and Talonflame's going to easily take control of the situation here and just about KOing with that flame charge, and then an Incinerate takes it out. Beautiful. Let's keep it going and see what we have for the next battle, and it is going to be a Suicune Shadow. Now, I don't run into these pretty much ever. And it's very interesting. They're going to be swapping into a Mewtwo. I kind of just threw the Frenzy Plant here just to tack on some damage, gaining a little bit more energy, and then going to go ahead and swap into our Giratina here to just start absorbing these Psy Strikes, I would expect. Yep, there they go. We're doing some significant damage with our Dragon Breath. We're going to go ahead and go for the Dragon Claw, see if we are going to get a shield. And oh, they're letting it go through, of course. So I think we also do let this go through as well. And bringing us very low, and we're able to take them out. Beautiful. We have a Dragon Claw. We're going to go ahead and throw that. The Suicune's unfortunately going to be able to farm us down while already having a decent amount of energy with that Snarl. Now it's just stacked up on energy. So we're going to go ahead and throw in our Serperior, expecting an Ice Beam here. And there it is. Ice Beam and probably Bubble Beam. They're going to be retreating into their Ampharos, which is also going to be resisted by our Serperior. So we're going to be going for the Frenzy Plant, obviously, because flying type moves are not very effective to electric. Swapping in our Talonflame here, trying to figure out how we're going to be able to do this and taking out that Ampharos. How does that thing had energy? Maybe they had a plan to come in here and farm a little bit more with the Suicune, I don't know, but that Ampharos certainly did have energy. Although we still have 2 shields, so I don't know how much it mattered. Maybe that's why they didn't throw it. Good game. Moving on to our next opponent here, leading with Serperior. We're not going to do that the entire video. We'll kind of switch it off, and we have some lag. So let's talk about that. I want you to see this. I like to leave these in once in a while because it shows you how much of an advantage you can get and how the battle could have been flipped if they did not receive that lag. So in the beginning, they were not able to tap. We were able to get an energy advantage. Now let's see how this does work to our advantage. Obviously, I'm not like, yeah, I'm so much better. Give me a break. But this is just a big issue, all right? This is a massive issue, and I don't want to make a whole video about it, but leave it a little part in here so you can see if they could have potentially won if they had a normal situation here. So we're going to go for another Flame Charge to take out that Cresselia. We're still both holding on to 2 shields here. Coming back in with that Lapras that has a little bit of energy, but we were able to gain so much more in the beginning. Going for the Flame Charge, getting the shield out of them. The first one looks like they're going to farm us down here. And going for the Frenzy Plant. And if you're thinking to yourself, well, why didn't you just stop attacking yourself to make it even? I guess, but at the same time, you never know if they're gaining energy as well. Obviously, it was clear after a few seconds that they weren't, since we didn't take any damage. So that's that situation. Sometimes, you see your opponent stop attacking, so you want to be even, you stop attacking, but technically they're actually still throwing energy, and all of a sudden your health just goes all down, and they have like freaking 3 charge moves ready to go, right? So they're bringing in their own Giratina. Giratina versus Giratina. Shields are down. We do have a bit of an energy advantage and health advantage here. Going for our Dragon Claw. They do have Shadow Claw. And this is not going to be able to KO. We're going to come out on top barely here. Go for a Dragon Claw. We take them down. And we're able to actually get to another Dragon Claw here. And this should take the win for us. And, oh, not quite. And now we do. So, yeah, they would have had a lot better situation if they were able to gain that energy in the beginning, and it does shift the battles. I'm not saying I would have lost, I'm not saying I would have won, but you can make the decision yourself. So we're going into Talonflame. They're going to swap into that Swampert Shadow there. We're going to go straight for the Brave Bird. We're getting a shield out of them, which is fine. And since they're throwing their energy here, that's perfect. They're not able to farm extra energy unless they did under tap there, in which farming us down with the quick move would have been a bit tricky. So they would have had to get it perfect. but they're just taking us out. We're going to go ahead and go in here with our Serperior. We're just letting the Talonflame go down, letting that charge move go through. Had to call it whether it was a Sludge Wave or Earthquake. It was an Earthquake, so good call, not very effective. Hydro Cannon, not very effective. Sludge Wave will hurt you quite a bit if it is that Shadow. They're going into Talonflame. We're swapping into our Giratina. They're going into a Cresselia. You got the good old classic battle here. Let's see how this goes. Going for that Shadow Sneak. Do have that Dragon Breath. Moonblast will do super effective. Obviously, we need to think about that. They're going for a Future Sight. They do not have Moonblast. Are you kidding me? Do they not have Moonblast here? This is a good situation for me, although Future Sight is still hurting quite a bit. All right, so since they did hit us with a Future Sight, we're going to go ahead and shield, but they hit us with a Bait Grass Knot. Okay, very nice. We're swapping. They're going into Talonflame, and we have a Aerial Ace ready to go here. This isn't going to do much at all, and they're throwing their energy. This is beautiful yet again. All right, taking us out. They are charged up, but we got our backs to the wall here. I don't know about this one, but we're still going to try to pull this off. So we're resisting the fire moves here. We have to think about Brave Bird, whether or not they're going to go for it. We shield it up. It is another flame charge, so they bait us there. They have no more shields. I wanted to farm this thing down, but I don't think it was going to happen before they got to another charge move. In comes their Cresselia and the classic battle. Cresselia victorious. All right. That's the way it goes sometimes. Good game. I like it. All right, on to our next opponent here. We're going to be met with a Talonflame. Absolutely a beautiful matchup for us. So are you missing out if you do not make a Serperior XL for the Ultra League? I'm going to say no, not really. You're not missing out. So they're going to be swapping into an Umbreon. We're going to go ahead and go into our Serperior here. And I'm going to tell you, we're going to be pairing this Serperior up with the Alolan Ninetales XL later. And it works flawlessly. It is so good. Yes, they're both weak to fire, but Ninetales XL can handle most of the time. It can handle those Talonflames with that Weather Ball. If you run into a Pure Fire, yeah, it's going to be a bit of an issue. But we will try to work around it, and that's why we have the other Pokemon, the third Pokemon. So up against this Umbreon, we're really putting in work, as you can see here, just tanking this. Unfortunately, they're farming us down here. Obviously, we're not going to come back in with Giratina. We're going to go Talonflame. Let this go through and just farm them the rest of the way here. Unfortunately, we're just going to have to take that Dark Pulse. This trainer is going with the Dark Pulse, up with that XL Umbreon there. So 2 shields on both ends. Energy on our end. Going to go ahead and go for the Flame Charge here. Let's see if we can get a shield out of them. Beautiful. I wanted to swap there, as you can see, but unfortunately, they locked in their charge move. We're letting it go through and calling a charge flame as well. So good stuff here. Going in with the Giratina, going straight for the Dragon Claw. Have a bunch of energy, going for another one here. Can we get a shield out of them? Nope, they're not giving up that last shield. We're still holding on to ours, and they have an Abomasnow in the back. So the Giratina does not really like to see this, but we do have a Talonflame. We're going to be able to pull this off, folks. Or are we? All right, we'll discuss that as we do come towards the end here. So they're going for that Weather Ball. We're letting it go through. Why? Because we're going to save all our shields here. So bringing in our Talonflame, but they have Abomasnow is loaded. So what do we need to do? We need to farm this thing down, not hit the charge move. But what do? The exact opposite. As you can see, I'm barely hitting those bubbles because I realized I screwed up there. I was supposed to farm it all the way down and hit these charge moves back to back. But they're going to be able to get to their charge move in a battle that looks like I was going to win. Turns out I take the loss. Good game. Hey, you live and you learn. Looks like we're starting off with Giratina here up against a Swampert. This is just an absolute beautiful matchup here. And we're, just going to stay here. They're going to be throwing in the Snorlax, and we're just going to go ahead and throw that Dragon Claw. And then swap it to our Talonflame because we do resist the superpower. So they're just going to be kind of forced to go with the Body Slam unless they do have Outrage or something like that and substitute for the superpower. Going to go ahead and throw that Flame Charge to start vamping our attack up here. Could have went for the Brave Bird, but we want to be able to take this Body Slam without having to shield up quite yet. Going for another Flame Charge, which is going to be doing even more damage since we did vamp it up. Getting it through. They don't mind. They're going to come in here with Swampert. Figured so much. Take us out. Beautiful. We come right back in here with Giratina, or Serperior, and they have an Abomasnow. And this thing is, yes, it's going to be destroying me because I do have the grass and the dragon. So we need to look out. But we do have Aerial Ace, so it's doing some nice damage there. We're getting a shield, swapping into our Giratina. Giratina is tanky. It can take hits. Nothing super effective to that Abomasnow over there, but we can bring it down pretty low and dig into its health with the Dragon Breath and Dragon Claw. All right, it's not doing much at all. As you can see, we still have one shield left. Getting to the Dragon Claw. They're farming a lot. They have charge moves ready to go, believe me. But they're just saving those. So they're swapping into their Swampert here. And this is actually fantastic. So what's going to happen is I'm going to farm them down. We have a shield left. If they don't have Sludge Wave, this is a GG. I think we pretty much have won this. So we're letting it go through. And then we should be able to hit those 2 Aerial Aces. Going for an Earthquake. And I think they back out because, yeah, they're like, yeah, you got me. Yep, you have all those Aerial Aces. You're going to be able to take us out. It's a good game, and we had a shield left. So, fantastic. Moving on to our next battle here. We're going to be met with a Togekiss and leading with the Ninetales here. So, let's get it. We're going to be pairing it up with Lapras and Serperior. Kind of a crazy team. Technically all sort of weak to fire to some degree, right? A little bit of a Machamp weakness going on here. Yeah, it's okay. You're going to see how we're going to be able to handle things. So, obviously, a fantastic lead. We let this go through because we know we've used this Ninetales so much. We know what we can take. So, saving our shield here. In comes a Swampert. We're going to be able to put on some pressure here with the Weather Ball. Beautiful. But not able to get to another one. They're farming us down, which is fine. We're just going to go in here with Serperior since we're up a shield. This is beautiful. If they have Sludge Wave, it will hurt, but I don't expect it. Earthquake. Let's get it. Also resisted by Grass. So this is probably a Hydro Cannon, just putting on the pressure before they do retreat. Yep. And we're farming them down, all the way down to Funky Town. Then they have a Venusaur. So this is one of those battles that you've wanted to see. Although we have a pretty big advantage here. Shields, energy. So it's not, completely even. Technically, this is almost Venusaur's battle if I didn't have all that energy and shields. Swapping into our Lapras to just put on the pressure here. Since we have all these shields, it doesn't matter. I mean, look, we've won. We are simply going to shield this up to save time and just go ahead and get that Ice Shard off and take the win up against that Venusaur. Let's keep it moving here. What are we going to be met with this time? Starting it off with the Ninetales. I think we're going to go with this team for a while now. And we're met with a Scrafty. This is great. The counter, the power-up punch, they're going to start adding up when they start raising their attack. But they're going to be retreating into a Jellicent. We're going to go right into our Serperior here. So Ice Beam is something we need to look out for. Shadow Ball as well. There's that Shadow Ball. See, Serperior is a tank. Look at the damage. Not really doing too much, just absorbing it. We're going to be able to dish out that super effective Frenzy Plant. We're farming it down. We need to really kind of think about the Ice Beam, but they didn't get anything off. We're able to farm all the way down. Beautiful. And they're coming back in here with that Scrafty. Now, I go for the Frenzy Plant because it's stronger and we get Stab. It's just better. The energy doesn't matter. Like, it's pretty much the same. I think I go for the Aerial Ace now, just to entertain them. Like, yeah, I got you. It's super effective. So let's see if we can KO. It does. All right. And they have a Ninetales at the back. This is just perfect. So that Ninetales is not going to be resisting water, while we're technically going to be resisting, the Weather Ball. And Psyshock, we don't resist it, but it's not going to really hurt us too much. But let's see if they even have Psyshock. They might have Dazzling Gleam like we do here. And we did get a shield out of them. That's beautiful. This is their last Pokemon. Going for a Dazzling Gleam, which is fine. It's doing a lot of damage. We still have 2 shields and a Lapras ready to go here. Shadow Lapras. Shiny Shadow Lapras, guys. Gosh, I can't believe I have that thing. It's so nice. So going for another Weather Ball here, just putting on the pressure. And, yeah, getting to another one. I think I should have just shielded this up and powdered Snow down, but whatever. We're going to let it go through. I think I just wanted to win with 2 shields. Okay, yeah, that's why. All right, on to our next opponent. Good game for that last one here. And we will be leading with the Ninetales, I do believe. Yep. And we're met with a Serperior. What do you know? Hello, hello. It's the Pokemon of the hour. They're swapping into a Politoed, and we're going to go right into Serperior. We need to look out for Blizzard, but I'm going to tell you this Serperior is a beast. This is not a Shadow. Politoed, so Blizzard is not going to KO. I don't think a Blizzard from a Shadow will KO. Well, actually, it might. As you can see, we're surviving that, farming down, holding our shield, and now we have a ton of energy. So beautiful. But be careful because, yeah, I think the Shadow one will KO. So going for Aerial Ace on that opposing Serperior here. They're able to get to their charge first. That's fine. We're going to come back in here with Pokemon to handle it. They're going for a Leaf Tornado. And, okay, I see people rolling with that move. I don't understand. Okay, but whatever you got to do. It's good if you can keep getting the debuff like it happened to me on the live stream. Are you kidding me? It was like 3 times in a row. What is that nonsense? So we're going to get a shield out of them. Fine. I'm going to let this Leaf Tornado, or we're not letting it go through. They get a shield out of us and the debuff. So we swap into our Lapras up against this Cresselia. Grass Knot, please no. Moonblast. Okay, so I'm thinking Moonblast in like Future Sight or something. Okay, we're going to go for the Skull Bash. We're going to go ahead and raise our attack and do massive damage here. Beautiful. Looking good. Now we just need to hope that there is no Grass Knot. Don't think that they have it. Otherwise, they would have went for it. Going for a Future Sight. Yeah, we're good. Get into the Surf here. Just going to do some nice damage to the Cresselia. And beautiful. They have no more shields. And they're swapping. We're just going to throw this to put on the pressure. I mean, whatever. Before they take us out. I mean, that was close. Swapping into our Ninetales instantaneously. And we're just going to hit this, take them out. And beautiful. We don't even need to shield this up, and we'll be able to powder snow down with our XL Ninetales. Now, if I had to pick my favorite XL, I think I did post this somewhere. It is going to be, I think I actually made a video. It's going to be the Ninetales for Ultra League, all right? For now, I absolutely love it. For the next battle, we have a great league up against Drifblim here. Yeah, we resist the Icy Wind. Shadow Ball's not going to KO, so we're not shielding up anything, while they're going to be in a lot of trouble, gaining a little bit of energy, swapping into a Snorlax, and we're going into our Lapras. Probably not the best decision for me to go into it with the Lapras, but, you know, we're just going to have to figure it out, because now, Superpower, they're going to wreck us. It's going to do a ton of damage. So we're letting this first one go through. Ouch, it does hurt quite a bit, and I think we do shield this one up. We want to get off a Surf. All right, so we're just going to, yeah, shield it up. That's fine. The Lick is not doing that much damage. And we're getting a shield out of them. Thinking I can get to another Surf here, and we cannot. Unfortunately, we hit a tie. They're able to get to their charge move first. They're taking us down. That sucks. So we're just going to have to make do with this here. The decision is to what do I go in and farm with? Looks like I want to farm with the Serperior here. Since they did lower their attack, you know, we're taking less damage, expecting a superpower, or it's going for a Body Slam here. And farming them all the way down here with a ton of energy. Going straight for the Aerial Ace, as we did see the Fire typing in the corner, and swapping into our Ninetales. Now, what do I do in this case? There you go. There's their weakness, a Fire type. Well, we're going to handle it. They're letting that go through. In comes the Talonflame. Now, let's see if we're going to be able to pull this win off here, or if we're just going to be able to lose up against our weakness. So, getting a last shield out of us. Going for the Weather Ball here. Getting their last shield. This is getting pretty close. Oh, I don't think we're going to be able to pull this off. So they are taking us out with the Flame Charge. We have energy. This is simply not enough. This move sucks. Aerial Ace sucks. Yeah, and our quick move's doing nothing. And we get to the Aerial Ace, but they're able to hit their charge too. So that was a close battle. That was a very close battle. Good game, but they're taking the win there. Alrighty, moving on to our next opponent here. We got a bunny suit, so let's see what they're going to be throwing at us here. It's going to be a Talonflame, and let's see what we can do with this again. Another weakness to our team here. We do have Lapras Surf. Weather Ball is going to be doing nice neutral. Serperior is just useless up against it. So we kind of need to hold the line with the Ninetales here and just kind of shield this up. Don't necessarily want to use two shields, but I may do that here. So going for the Weather Ball. Probably going to get a shield out of them now. Beautiful, we do. So the pressure is on, getting to the Weather Ball, but they're getting to their charge move first. I think we will be, or letting it go. Wow. So just coming here with Lapras, right, and farm down and shield it up. They're swapping with energy, coming in with Jellicent. We're going to be going in with our Serperior here. This is good, I guess. If they have Ice Beam, not too great. That was very quick. All right, Shadow Ball. Okay. Just going to continue on here. What we want to do is farm a little bit more. We can survive another Shadow Ball here. They're going for Bubble Beam, though. Thought that was a little bit quick. We build up to 2 Frenzy Plants. We're going to be going for the first one to take out this Jellicent. And not quite. Farm down. Expecting another Bubble Beam. They did lower our attack. That's why we were not able to KO there. Now our attack has been debuffed 2 times. We have to keep that in mind. In comes a Mandibuzz. Boy, oh boy, this is going to do absolutely nothing. Yeah, that thing's a tank on top of a tank on top of a tank. And then with attack debuff, yeah, not great. So we're going for the Skull Bash, doing some nice damage, raising our defense. Lapras, it's all up to you. Let's get it. Come on, you can do it. So going for the Foul Play, kind of tanking that quite nicely since we did raise our attack. A Shadow Pokemon with a defense buff is something you need to fear. All right, you basically have put yourself back to normal stats, but with a raised attack, right? So we're just chucking on here. Lapras is putting in some real good work. Gonna go ahead and shield this up here. Swapping into Serperior, taking them out with the Aerial Ace. Finally, we can do some damage. You're not even hitting them all. We don't need to. In comes their Talonflame. They're throwing their energy here. Lapras is going to be able to come in and take the win here with the Surf up against Talonflame. Thank you, Shadow Lapras. I couldn't believe the day I actually caught this. I woke up, just battled Sierra, and I ended up getting the Shadow Shiny. Absolutely phenomenal. On to our next opponent here. We've got a few more battles. A nice long video. About 30 minutes of battles, 32 minutes. We're met with an Articuno. This is great, other than the fact that Ancient Power is going to decently hurt us. It's not really something that we need to worry about. Articuno's attack is not the best, and Ancient Power is not the hardest hitting move. And on top of that, Alolan Ninetales is just thick. So we're getting these Weather Balls through. I think we're just going to let this... It's a Hurricane, and look at that. See what I mean? The attack is just not that great, and XL Alolan Ninetales is just able to tank moves like there's no tomorrow. Getting that Articuno out of here, holding on to our shields with a decent amount of energy. In comes an Obstagoon here. Farmed up a little bit of extra energy to give an illusion maybe we're going for some sort of super effective fairy move, but they catch it with a Jellicent. I didn't even see that. Very nice swap. We both have 2 shields, so we're going to go ahead and go in here with Serperior, going for the Frenzy Plant instantly, taking them out. I don't know why they did that. Maybe, just put all their hope into the Obstagoon, I suppose. But the second they did do that, I was like, well, I pretty much have won here. Lapras is going to take super effective from, fighting moves. But, yeah, there's just a lot of Pokemon that thing's going to have to handle with 2 shields. So let's go. They also have shields as well. And putting on the pressure. We're just going for the Frenzy Plans because if there was a situation where they just decided to let it go through, maybe call like some sort of aerial ace bait or something like that, we would still be getting these through. There's no need to bait at this point. When you're winning and you're in a good situation, don't waste your time with baiting. Unfortunately, we go down with that Weather Ball, so that was a big little bit of a mistake. And so that thing is farmed up. Going for a Night Slash. Okay, Lapras is in here taking super effective from the counter. Going for a Cross Chop, some super effective damage. Hitting the Surf. This is going to do some nice damage with the Shadow. And they didn't like that. They didn't like that. Good game. All right. Obstagoon, there's only so much you can do, buddy. Oh, Paolo, friend. On to our next battle. We're going to be met with a Obstagoon. Hey, what do you know? He's back at it. He wants some more. All right. So this is great. This is actually fantastic. So they were farming up a bunch. It was making me suspicious. Thinking that they had Gunk Shot or Hyper Beam. So let's see what it turns out to be. So we have a ton of energy. We're like, yeah, this is looking good. Then this guy hits me with Hyper Beam. And the only thing I can think is they're probably laughing their butt off right now. They're swapping into Talonflame. I'm going to go right in my Lapras here. Things weren't looking the best, but now they're looking pretty decent. We're going to go ahead and let this Flame Charge, or shielding it up. Oh, come on, come on. I thought that they would maybe try to get us with a Brave Bird and just really just hit us with these hard-hitting moves and take us by surprise. That's why I used that shield. Woo, doing it again. Oof, okay. Shieldless. In comes Obstagoon here. Putting a lot of hope into this Lapras and the Pokemon that we do have in the back, which is going to be that Serperior. And this is not a Hyper Beam. Alright, so they're going to be going for that Night Slash. Not able to KO. Swapping into Serperior. Going for Aerial Ace, I guess. I mean, okay. Taking out Obstagoon. What do they have back there? It's a Gengar. Oh, a little Gengar. So we go for, Frenzy Plan. I'm just doing everything backwards with this thing. So, okay. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's still going to do a lot of damage. Probably should just go for Frenzy Plant. Even though it's resisted. Hitting us with Shadow Ball. In comes Lapras. We're able to get to the Surf. Is this going to KO? Come on, please, Lapras. Do this for us, buddy. And no, they take us out. The Gengar wins, unfortunately. So hitting us with that Hyper Beam in the beginning was their success. Very nice. On to our next opponent. We're going to be seeing an Umbreon XL here. They're swapping instantly into a Cresselia. And I decided to just stay in here for a little bit. Let the charge move go through. That's what the plan was because I was too slow to swap. And now we're going to go ahead and swap into our Serperior here. And unfortunately, it is not a shiny. I know I would have loved to have it shiny, but I just had this one lying around. I didn't really feel like going and meeting up with people. I was extremely exhausted to do a lucky trade, so I just decided to go with the one I had here that I traded with my best friend back in the day. And here we are, and it worked out perfectly, and it's still doing okay. We don't need rank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Right. So we're going to go ahead and let this Moonblast go through. Still holding on to our shields. I mean, just tanking everything. And I really wanted to farm them down, so we're going to have to use a shield here because that would have been a massive waste of all that energy. And getting them out of here. They're still holding on to 2 shields. Coming back in here with the Umbreon. Watch this. Frenzy Plant is a beast. All right, it's going to add up. I mean, yeah, not the most damage around, but the Ninetales is loaded up on energy, so we're looking good. Getting a shield out of them. There we go. They can't farm us down, or can they? I mean, they can, but we're going to be able to really put on the pressure with these Frenzy Plants here, bringing them very low. So now we don't even need to go for Weather Ball, or I mean, Dazzling Gleam with the Ninetales. We're just going to go straight for the Weather Balls. And we're getting another shield out of them. They're swapping into a Politoed, and I decide to go for the Dazzling Gleam here. This is a good opportunity. Might as well just do it. Obviously, Weather Ball is not very effective. We wanted to swap, as you can see there. Unfortunately, we did not hit it. They queued themselves up, hitting us with Weather Ball, swapping into our Lapras here. Blizzard, not very effective. Weather Ball, not very effective. Earthquake, it's neutral, but don't think they would have Earthquake. More than likely Blizzard, but I don't know. Who knows? So we are going for that Surf because, well, it's just doing enough damage to take them out here. And here we go again. Lapras just coming in clutch for us at the end. And in comes the Umbreon here, and we're going to let it go through, no problem. Okay. Lapras just taking all these hits like a champion. I love it. And taking another one here. And then they back out. I think, like, use your shield. Use your shield, boy. All right, on to our next opponent. Oof, this is going to be a good one. I just really like this battle. So we're met with a Galvantula. This is an iffy situation. If they hit you with Discharge, it hurts. Lunge, not very effective, but lowers your attack. Technically, this is good for the Ninetales, so I'm in a great position here. They have to figure out what they need to do. Do they want to use shields? Do they want to lunge and lower my attack and get the next Pokemon ready to make me potentially have to swap because they did lower our attack? So they're getting a shield up. Beautiful. And I think we call this again. I mean, this is just amazing. Oh, yeah. Calling the lunge, surviving, and we'll be able to take them out. Do they want to double shield that thing? Nope, letting it go. We still have two. They have one. In comes a Stunfisk here. We do have a lowered attack. Now, this got a little awkward. We can go in here with Lapras. We can go in here with Serperior. And both of those matchups will still be good. Lapras will take super effective for the rock side, but we're doing super effective with Surf. The Serperior is going to be doing some nice neutral damage to it, while taking resisted from Earthquake and neutral from rock side, tanking the rock side. But the Lapras is out. Oh, we got the Machamp. Oh, boy. I think this is it. Last battle, folks. The Machamp was a fun combination to have here. So we're going in with the Serperior. Why not Machamp? You'll see. You shall see. So we're going to absorb everything. That's why. We wanted it to absorb all the energy. They have a Ninetales in the back. We're going to bait first with Cross Chop. Still doing decent damage. We get the shield. Now we're going to go for Rock Slide. Still holding on to two shields here, folks. What's it going to be? Well, we already know. This is a projection for a win. So we're going for the Rock Slide here. This is going to KO. Super effective to that Ninetales. Beautiful. And we're just going to simply counter down. If you did enjoy this video, folks, give it a thumbs up. Don't worry, I got your remix battles coming up later today. Thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.